Hello guys, welcome to Technical Trainings again. So in today's tutorial we're going to discuss about one more library that is very much important one. Okay, like application based, you can say the very huge database, you can just visualize that data. So we in my previous video we have seen that matplotlib, okay, what exactly it means and what are the type of graph that we have done in that video tutorial. So if you have not watched my previous videos guys, I've started from basic itself, so watch my full playlist from 1 to 6. Now today is my 7th tutorial. Okay, so I will just discuss on matplotlib what exactly it is. Sorry, I will just discuss on seaborn. Okay, what is seaborn and how to use seaborn. So this is my matplotlib guys. This is my official page guys. Okay, I have given this link in my previous video description. Okay, so this is the thing that I want to show in the previous, that there are a lot of things over here filling the area between lines, joint styles, cap style, markers and everything. Just go and have a look. It shows each and every type of graph over here. Okay, so we have discussed this thing, but now in today's tutorial we're going to discuss one more thing, that is seaborn guys. Okay, what is seaborn library? So I'm going to show some of the graph from this tutorial itself. Okay, I've taken the example from this side itself, so you can practice on it by your own. Okay, so let's get started. um okay, so guys, this is one of the tutorial that we are going to discuss. Let's see. Now Seaborn guys, what is Seaborn? Seaborn is a library for making statistical graphics in Python. Okay, so basically it is a built on top of matplot and closely, and you can say that it's nothing but one second, one second, just to, yeah, okay. So it is built on top of matplotlib and closely integrated with pandas. Okay, now I've discussed what is pandas in my previous videos. Okay, numpy, pandas. Okay, I've discussed structure. Here is some of the functionality that Seaborn offers: a data set or oriented API for examining relationship between multiple variables. Now everyone know that if I want to plot a graph, there should be more than one variable for like x and y. That is 2D graph. Okay, 3D graphs 3 variable, 4D graph 4 variable, like that thing. So for multiple variable we need to plot like if there are more than 2 variable, the graph will be like a 3D. Okay, x, y and z axis, like that. So let's see. Import Seaborn as SNS. So this is a command to import the Seaborn library guys. Then after that I am just this is a default thing that everyone should know, that SN is nothing but my Seaborn. I am just setting on. Okay, then I have just created one variable vs, then I am just loading the data set using this command. Okay, and tip is the in default, you can say, inbuilt data structure in it. Okay, so I'm just taking that and I'm just loading in vs. Okay, after that I am just printing that vs using the print command. Okay, using the print command the output will look something like this. Now suppose I want a particular data, like if my data, now see, the total data set is 244, counting from 0 it's nothing but 244. So all data is not possible to show as a output. So what I will use the command that vs.head. So this command basically is used to show the first 5 data only. It will show the first 5 data of your data set. That's it. So this is the best thing that you can use in your data set while working on it. Okay, next we will discuss one first graph, that is pair plot. What is pair plot guys? Okay, a pair plot allows us to see both distribution of single variables and relationship between two variable. Okay, so sns dot pair plot, just give the vs. Now what it will mean guys? It will mean that it will plot the vs data. What is vs data? This is a tip. This is my vs data guys. The total bill, tip, sex, smoker, day, time, and size. Okay. So referring this, it will plot the graph over here. So you can see there are total 9 graphs over here. It's respect to C, total bill with respect to total bill over here. If I want to find total bill and tip, the relation between these two things, then it will be giving that total bill and tips. So like this, if the bill is suppose increasing 0, 10, 40, then my tip is also increasing, guys. Okay, and it also give the individual data. So this is my individual plot of total bill. Okay, understand the meaning of this pair plot. It will give the output as individual also and a single variable also, between two variable also. Okay, so there are various types of plotting over here. Then total bill versus size. Okay, what is size here? It's nothing but 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, something like that. Okay, time is nothing but dinner and all. So tip, then you can say size over here again. So that is nothing but the relation between two variable, guys. Okay, next thing, joint plot. This function provide a convenient interface to the joint grid class with several canon plot kinds. This is intended to be a fairly lightweight wrapper. If you need more flexibility, you should use joint grid directly. Okay, so it's basically saying that it's if you don't if you want a very particular flexibility and all, you can use joint grid also. Okay, I've used joint plot. Okay, so joint plot nothing but it will just join the two data and it will graph like this only. Okay, like x equals to tip and y equals to total bill. So there will be the graph between these two things, tip and total bill. Okay, so join plot will just join the two data itself. Okay, and it will show the bar also and it will show the scatter also over here. Okay, now suppose my tip is now these are some values that are, you can say that outlying. Okay, because this is my whole bunch over here, but hardly one to people just give more than 10 or 8 rupees. Okay, something like that, and the bill was 50, 40, like that. So understand it, just joint plot. There are various plot. I have shown the official website also. Okay, just please visit it. Second, sorry, next is nothing but categorical scatter plot. Okay, sns dot cat plot. Cat plot is nothing but categorical. Okay, cat is nothing but categorical. Then x equal to day, y equal to total bill. So on my particular day, what was the total bill? So that will show that. So there are two functions, jitter over here. I will tell you what is the meaning of that. Okay, just understand this much thing first. I will just remove this. Okay, okay, now sns.cat.x day, total bill, data vs, and height is 5. If I execute this, okay, if I execute this, okay, I want to import the first line. Okay, now I can take this. Okay, now see the output, guys. Y equals to total bill, data vs height equals to 5. Now it will give the graph like categorical. Means categorical is nothing but these features, guys. Okay, which have strings format like female, male, then day, then time. So these 3 4 smoker also. So this 3 4 parameter has a string format as a data. So that will show the categorical feature. That day also having Sunday, Monday, like that. Then also total bill is also having like something floating data. Okay, like that. So I have just plot that using cat plot. Okay, after plotting it, you can see that there is a you can say like plotting is something like points wise, but it's increasing and for the particular day, guys. Okay, for the particular day it's going on. Now what is the function of jitter and kind over here? I will just apply one by one on it. Now jitter, understand the jitter first. The jitter parameter controls the magnitude of jitter or disable it altogether. Now what is magnitude, guys? Now you can see the width of this plot assigning is something like taking like you can say 0.5 centimeter or 1 centimeter. Okay, just I'm talking about this width. Okay, horizontally, not vertically, horizontally. So this is like 0.5 or something like. So suppose I want to arrange this magnitude. Okay, I want to arrange this magnitude, so I will use the jitter as a false. Okay, so if I take copy it from here and if I apply over here, okay, I'm just applying it and again executing it. After executing, you can see that my plotting is now get in a particular straight manner. So my magnitude is controlled. Magnitude is controlled. Just understand this all feature are going to use in our codes itself. So understand the basic thing over here. Then again, next thing, the kinds form. So we know how to magnitude the data using jitter. Now kinds form. What is kind? So let's understand this approach adjusts the points along the categorical axis using an algorithm that prevents from overlapping. Now you can see over here. So there are some function like you can see that overlapping over is arrange getting over. So to neglect that, we use swarm function also. So I will take swarm. Okay, I will just apply over here. Just remove this and I just apply kind over here. And if I execute it, now see guys, instead of that giving a particular magnitude and a straight data, it's now not, there is no overlapping over here. Okay, there is no overlapping. If suppose my point is coming in the same pair in the same line, it will just show it beside it. Okay, it will not overlap it. So that is the main function of this kind. Okay, so there are many swarm plot, and also swarm plot is also present over here. So you can go to this official website and you can just have it. Okay, now use of this hui. What is hui? I will discuss. I will just I have just imported this. I have just shown that vs.head over here. Then I am using sns.catplot x equal to day, y equals to total bill, and who is equal to smoker. Okay, so if I go before this bracket and if I enter shift tab, okay, so it will give me the whole data about this function. So guys, who is none. Okay, I will discuss what is who. You can just scroll down guys. Okay, just scroll down to the particular command that you want to understand. Shift tab and just scroll down it. You will get each and every information about that thing. Okay, so like over here, now these are the thing that is inside this function. So understand it. It is pretty much easy in Jupyter notebook. Okay, so like see over here, there is a whole information given over here. So you can just access this and you can get the information what is exactly mean by which command. Okay, then names of variable and data input for plotting long form interruption data like that. So guys, who is nothing but, suppose I'm plotting data of day and total bill over here. So we will making the smoker how means how many are the smoker on the particular day, yes or no. Okay, so this is nothing but the function of way, just taking the third parameter and just plotting the graph on basis of the two categories like that. Okay, I'm using your swarm over here. You can see I can use jitter also. Okay, then again I'm just shown vs and just I've taken sns.plot smoker y tip. Okay, so I will just plot between smoker and tip. So how many smoker give the tip to the hotel. Okay, like that. And order is nothing but no and yes. So this is my order no and yes. So tips given by the smoker. Okay, tip given by the smoker is nothing but hardly there are some people that give the tip. Okay, smoker, there's people who are not smoking that given the tip also, and there are people who are smoking they are also given the tip. So that is something like same only. Then I'm using bar plot. Okay, so I will just discuss bar plot. What is bar plot? A familiar style of plot that complies the this goal is a bar plot. In Seibon, the bar plot function operates on a full data set and applies a function to obtain the estimate, taking the mean by default. Basically, it will take the mean as it is. So let's see cat plot. Then this is the same command. Just okay, this is the same command over here. Kind I have just given as a bar. Okay, so this is the only difference over here. Kind I am given as a bar. So depend on smoker, it's plotting the graph on the particular day. Okay, and particular tip also. So I will just plot tip and day with third parameter as a smoker. We are getting this. So there are a lot of things discussing in the particular graph itself. If I take box plot, there are many things over there. If I take bar plot, there are many things in it. If I take pair plot, there are many things in it. So there are things you can just execute, go to the official website and you can read out over there. So heat map correlation, guys, this is very much important one for, you can say, machine learning algorithms and projects. Okay, so I've just taken data from this, like I've just taken string format from escalators, okay, numpy, then pandas, then I've just created data frame over here. I'm just reading the data in A, okay, rs equal to np dot random state 33, d equals to pd dot data frame. Okay, now just created the normal ASCII values over here. These are my ASCII values over here, and after that creating, I am just going to plot what is the relation between this A and with respect to this thing. Okay, what is the relation between this M, and you can say M is getting related over here, so this is highly correlated. Okay, like that thing. So both thing are same or no, that we are going to check over here. Understand this heat map. Okay, so I have taken this variable corr equal to d dot correlation. This is the function to create correlation. Then after that I am printing d. Okay, so this is my data, guys. 5 into 26, so there are 26 alphabet over here. After that I am choosing heat map. Okay, then heat map is nothing but corr, and what is corr is nothing but my data that is stored in data frame d. Okay, then after that, just you can see over there, if they are highly correlated, then it will give you the color as a white, and it's highly correlated as a 1, or non-correlated like -1, like that. Okay, so again there is other colors over here that lies between 0.25 to something like that, 0.50, like that. Okay, box plot is nothing but it will give you the data in something like boxes. Okay, understand it. Box plot x equal to day, tip equals to day. I will just day and tip, and over here the box represented by this thing is nothing but it's telling that 0%, 25%, the middle line is 50%, and the above line is 75, and this is 100%. Okay, means most of the data lie between 75 to 25%, between 4 to 2. Means there are the you can say elements lie between 2 and 4 more. Okay, for the particular Thursday. There are some values lie between 2 and 4 for Friday also, and there are some more values that lie between, you can say, 2 and 4. Okay, in on Sunday. So this is the value, you can say 2, between 2 and 3.5. Okay, particular this also, but this can lie between 2 and 4. Understand it. And this point are nothing but outliers, you can say, or you can say the unwanted data. Means these values are outside the graph. Outside the graph means, suppose there is 0 to 10 is my graph, then the value is 25, something like that. Okay guys, so hope you understand this, the same thing I've done over here. Now in this particular tutorial we have discussed about seaborn, guys. Okay, the video is very long, I know, but hope you understand, and you just please watch the full video. Take some 10 to 15 minutes to watch this video, and you can just go to the official website over here. I will give the link of this code and this website also in the description. Okay, thank you guys for today. I will come again in the next tutorial with some new library, or you can say new code. Okay, thank you so much guys, thank you.